We treat the internet like a modern campfire. It is where millions of people gather to swap terrifying stories, share grainy footage, and collectively imagine the absolute worst-case scenario whenever we encounter something we cannot easily explain. But the machine that acts as an incubator for these viral nightmares has a built-in countermeasure. The very network that amplifies a panic is fully equipped to dismantle it piece by piece. By looking at some of the internet's most infamous cold cases, we can see exactly how the digital hive mind operates as an impromptu, highly effective detective agency. Following these investigations reveals the specific, crowd-sourced mechanics that allow the crowd to scrub away viral fiction and reveal the grounded reality underneath. The first line of defense is the Digital Forensics Unit. To see exactly how they operate, we have to look at phenomena that seem completely immune to logic, like the mass hysteria surrounding the Dream Man. Starting in 2008, a simple composite sketch appeared on a website asking, "Have you dreamed of this man?" Over the next year, more than 10,000 people submitted stories claiming this exact supernatural entity had visited them in their sleep. To solve the mystery, users on forums like 4chan bypassed the spooky anecdotes and looked directly at the servers hosting the website. They performed a reverse IP lookup to find the physical network it originates from and tracked the data trail. The trail led straight to an Italian guerrilla marketing firm, proving the testimonials were entirely fabricated. When digital tracking isn't enough, this forensic approach shifts to physical, on-the-ground verification. In early 2025, people browsing Google Maps spotted this massive sign spelling HELP and LAPD, constructed from wooden boards along a Los Angeles rail yard. Because the writing sat inside a Union Pacific yard, users immediately suspected an organized human trafficking ring or forced labor camp. A local social media user took a camera directly to the site. They walked through a hole in the fencing, found a homeless encampment, and learned from the residents that the distress signal was an ongoing art project built by a man living there, a fact the LAPD confirmed. Whether millions are panicking over a supernatural dream visitor or a supposed trafficking compound, the process is identical. Routine digital queries and a walk with a camera act as a hard anchor against mass hysteria. Not every mystery can be solved by pinging a server or visiting a location. Some require archival sifting, digging through the oldest, dustiest corners of the internet where context has completely rotted away. In 2014, players of a Japanese horror game called Yuta no Tatari found what looked like a disturbing glitch. If a player walked through these 3 traditional shrine gates, it triggered a hidden timer. When the timer ran out, the game slashed a terrifying image of a woman with her face obscured. A picture so raw, players thought it was a genuine photograph of a murder victim. For nearly a decade, reverse image searches yielded 0 results. Then, in 2022, an internet archivist systematically scrubbed through obscure media until they found an exact match. The image belonged to a single frame pulled from the trailer of a 2007 Japanese movie called Hair Extensions. A similar dread surrounded the viral I Feel Fantastic video. It featured a stiff, unnerving robot wearing various outfits, singing an eerie tune. The leading theory online posited that a criminal built the machine, dressed it in the clothes of his victims, and filmed it as a trophy. The original upload vanished, leaving only rumors. To crack this, users dove deep into the internet archives, eventually locating posts on a defunct animatronic enthusiast forum dating all the way back to 2001. The archived posts proved the robot, named Terra, was a benign $2,000 prototype built by an inventor named John Bergeron, who simply wanted to mass-produce a singing android for the entertainment industry. No piece of media exists in a vacuum forever. Because the internet constantly records itself, even the most deeply unsettling, context-free images eventually get matched to their mundane historical source material. The hive mind's third investigative method relies purely on math. Put enough eyes on a problem, and the statistical probability of a hyper-specialist encountering the exact right data approaches 100%. In 2015, a Reddit user posted to a legal advice forum in a panic. He lived alone in a small, windowless bedroom, but kept finding post-it notes with strange handwriting on his desk and door. When his webcam files mysteriously vanished, he became convinced his landlord was secretly entering his apartment to stalk him. Thousands of users speculated about intruders, but one reader caught a tiny detail buried in the man's post history. his windowless room, and frequent severe headaches. That user diagnosed a completely different culprit, carbon monoxide poisoning, prompting the man to buy a detector. The alarm sounded immediately. He had been breathing the odorless gas for weeks, causing severe memory loss and confusion. The stalker did not exist. The user was writing the notes to himself and simply forgetting. A random internet stranger's specific medical intuition likely saved his life. This massive, decentralized vigilance also steps into real criminal investigations, like the tragic 2022 disappearance of 10-year-old Lily Peters in Wisconsin. When police had no clear leads, a user on a true crime subreddit spotted a comment from a Pokémon Go player who mentioned seeing a girl in a pink hoodie walking with another kid. The user reported that clue to the police tip line, leading directly to the arrest of Lily's 14-year-old cousin. The hive mind draws its strength from the raw, uncoordinated vigilance of millions of human eyes looking for anomalies in the noise. We will always be drawn to a good ghost story. It is human nature to stare into the dark and imagine monsters. But the digital age ensures we don't have to stay in the dark for long. Time and time again, the underlying facts prove that the real world is far more grounded than our collective imagination. The terrifying stalker is a leaky pipe. The serial killer's trophy is an eccentric inventor's passion project. Through digital tracing, archival sifting, and specialized knowledge, the internet operates as a massive reality filter. It processes millions of erratic rumors through skeptical minds and filters out the panic until only the hard evidence remains. Whenever a new, terrifying mystery goes viral, the clock starts ticking. The internet runs entirely on the friction of people trying to prove each other wrong. And eventually, that collective scrutiny forces the truth into the light.